Let's now share with you a graphic representation of this struggle or the jostle for seats in the August House in the National Assembly. Remember that the National Assembly has 400 seats, and some of you may be wondering what will happen after the announcement of the overall or the outcome of the national election results. Well, after the IEC has issued the final declaration of their results, then the Chief Justice will convene Parliament within 14 days, and after being sworn in, members of Parliament will then elect the Speaker, the Deputy Speaker, and ultimately the President. And remember that any MP can be a President, and there'll be, a jostle for presidential positions with successive rounds of voting. And we do understand that constitutionally, if members of Parliament cannot agree on a President, then the incumbent President has the power to dissolve Parliament and call for a fresh election. But for now, let's take a look at what the outlook or the projected outlook of parliamentary seats is looking like. And of course, the Parliament is made of 400 seats, and with about 97% of the votes being captured so far, we have it on authority that 159 seats is what the ANC may get with 97% of the votes. Obviously, these figures will change. 87 seats or projected seats by the DA, and 58 projected seats by the Umkhonto we Sizwe Party, and 39 seats projected for the EFF, and other parties, of course, will be jostling for 57 seats.
You are welcome to Sala Eagle Media. You are welcome to Sala.
All right, let's now take a look at the national picture in terms of the national turnout. 58.6% of South Africans voted, and for these parties, 58.6% of registered South Africans voted, and 40% is what the ANC got from this 58% that South Africans voting, and about 21% was achieved by the Democratic Alliance, with Umkhonto we Sizwe 14.8%, with about 9.4% by the EFF, and the IFP got 4% from the 58% of South Africans that turned out to vote.
Still listening to Sala Eagle Media.
And provincially, this is what the top three looks like. John Steenhuisen leading the Democratic Alliance. They managed to garner 1,077,000 votes. That's a reflection of 55% in the Western Cape. And of course, President Ramaphosa leading the ANC managed to score around 377,596 of the votes. That's about 19%. And of course, I need to keep on emphasizing that these are just tentative figures. About 97% of the votes have already been captured. These figures might change. And the new kid on the block, Gayton Mackenzie leading the Patriotic Alliance with 8%. That's about 152,903.
Yeah, you are still listening to Sala Eagle Media. This is South Africa elections.
In the Eastern Cape, the African National Congress leads as well with 63%, followed by the Democratic Alliance with 14%. They've garnered 238,180 votes, with the EFF led by Julius Malema at 169,545.
Yeah, thank you for watching Sala Eagle Media.
Moving on to the Northern Cape, of course, the ANC still leads with 49% of the national vote, and they got 195%, 267, even though they're not a majority, but they still lead in that particular province, followed by the Democratic Alliance with 83,848, a reflection of 21% of the provincial vote, followed by the EFF with 52,433, a reflection of 13% of the vote. And moving on to the Free State, this is what the graph looks like. 52% was what the ANC achieved in the provincial polls, followed by the Democratic Alliance with 181,055. That's a reflection of 22% of the provincial vote, with 13%, which was achieved by the EFF with about 111,537.
This is Sala Eagle Media. You are still on South
All right,
Africa
one of the
elections.
hotly contested provinces, Gauteng, which is the economic hub of the country. The ANC still leads the stake, even though not with a majority at 34% of the provincial vote. They did manage to convince 1,254,409 South Africans to vote for them, followed by the Democratic Alliance, following closely at 1,016,038 votes. That's a reflection of 28% of the provincial vote, followed by Malema's EFF at 470,079. That's 13% of Gauteng voters.
Thank you for watching Sala Eagle Media. South Africa election.
Mpumalanga, of course, it has been a stronghold of the ANC. There still are the leaders of Mpumalanga at 51% of the provincial vote, followed by the MK party surprisingly coming in second at 17%. They did manage to convince 193,552 Mpumalanga voters to vote for them, followed by the EFF at 156,897 at 14%.
Thank you for watching Sala Eagle Media.
All right, interestingly, KwaZulu-Natal, well, they did manage to kick, the MK party did manage to kick the ANC out of power. The MK, with just 6 months old, they did manage to convince about 1,583,947 KwaZulu-Natal voters to vote for them, achieving a 45% vote share in the province, followed by Velenkosini Hlabisa, who led the IFP at 629,297, which is a reflection of 18% of the provincial vote share. And the ANC, traditional, for the very first time, the ANC is coming in third after 30 years of democracy at 17% of the provincial vote share at 592,954.
This is Sala Eagle Media, South Africa election.
All right, there we go in Limpopo. It has been the stronghold of the ANC at, they're coming in at 73% of the provincial vote. Followed by the EFF at 196,423 votes. That's a 14% reflection of the provincial vote. And there comes the DA at 6% with 83,904. And Northwest, again, the ANC leads the stakes with 58% of the vote share, and followed by the EFF at 141,996 Northwest voters that have been convinced by the party, achieving a 17% vote share in the province, and closely followed by the DA with 13% of the provincial vote at 103,135.
Media, Sala Eagle Media.
All right, this is just what the projections of the 97% of the votes being captured already. And in the next couple of hours, it is projected that the IEC would have captured 100% of all the votes. So we'll definitely get you all the latest with regards to
that. Sometimes elections are unpredictable. You see, nobody will say that EFL will not dominate if they are not even winning, but people expect them to be the second or third. But a political party just originated 6 months ago has been able to garner a second position. It is too much amazing. EFL is even coming down. About EFL got 39 parliamentary seats, and that particular party is having about 58. Hey, that's great.